Thanks for that. And my next question would be about your recent one on Masterclass. We see a lot of, I can say as an ad itself in Instagram as well, right? About the
Yeah.
Masterclass, and even I registered for it, and I'm yet to get a slot, right?
Okay.
So you wanted to share about the Masterclass which you folks are doing now, because that
Yeah.
is kind of next level from after what's about Menstrupedia, right? Yeah.
Correct. Correct. So all these years, what we have done is that we have like really figured out what works when it comes to setting up a menstrual awareness program and all of that. And with this pandemic, the landscape changed, which means that right now more than ever we need more menstrual educators. Everybody, like parents are panicking. How do I talk to girls about periods? Teachers are panicking. And before this pandemic, I could have easily told that, hey, your school just needs to get Menstrupedia comic and use our material. But the thing is that everything is locked down, and no educator is going to come to your school, or you cannot have those books in your school. Girls are not interacting with each other. I mean, girls in their puberty learn a lot from when talking to each other. So all of that is completely missing, and now more than ever we need to have more menstrual educators, not only menstrual educators but also those educators who can talk about safe environment, child sexual abuse, who can talk about domestic abuse. Why menstruation becomes a tipping point? Because it's a it has become like an accepted, it has become like a very acceptable topic. And when you kind of start to talk to girls about their periods, then it also gives you a door to talk to them about other issues that they are having. And everybody is having this problem. So we thought that what is the best way to have that, and we really want to build, and whoever is listening to this, we are on our way to build the biggest army of menstrual educators. So if you are even an educator, change maker, or a communicator, please get in touch with us. This masterclass, what we do is that whatever we have learned from our past experience, we squeeze all of that, and it's kind of, what can we see, it is a kind of a secret recipe that we give to everybody, so that if something is stopping you from having an initiative, if something is stopping you from developing a curriculum, go ahead and do it. Now is the time. And we really want to empower everybody to do that, because the problem is so large in India. Every year, to actually 1.2 crore girls reach puberty every year, which means that an organization just like Menstrupedia cannot address it. Yeah. Government cannot address it alone. Sanitary napkin companies are having beautiful initiatives also, but they cannot address it alone. Activists cannot address it alone. We all have to come together to address it. And the more and more people come and work in this area, the more better it is. Why we do masterclass for menstrual educators? Because that is what we know. We know how to teach about menstruation, and the response has been so amazing. So when I started my masterclass, I only expected people from India and those people who know about Menstrupedia. But people from 15 different countries have joined our masterclass, which means that this is not a problem of just India. I mean, the challenge of talking about menstruation is worldwide, and it would be really amazing to have. And all these people who are trained in the masterclass can then train 10 more people, and it could create a snowball effect. So I really want to, and now, because this is the reality, the online thing is the reality, we have to work around this constraint.
Yeah, and that's really great. I hope that after seeing this video, also there are many other people who enroll for masterclass from India, because I have seen a lot of people. The snapshots what I have given in Insta is a lot of foreigners who are there taking it, right? So that would be really nice if we have more people from India, change makers from government institutes, so that they can take it for the children or the school children over there, right? Next question would be about your TED experience. Right, I have seen your TED talk. It was really inspiring, and you have also mentioned about there are some percentage of girls who drop out of their education, that is after reaching their puberty. right, might be in the rural areas also, right? There are a lot of fear factors into that,
Hmm.
as well as the cost that really goes into buying sanitary napkins as well, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So how that is getting addressed, because that's a gray area, like
Hmm.
no, Stay Free, Whisper, all they come up with those kind of some initiatives, but I'm not sure how we can cater to the needs of rural area people,
Hmm.
children, because they can just go for cloth, right?
Hmm. 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 Um, Yeah. So when it comes to menstrual product, I really think that a girl deserves the best product that she should have. So there is a subtle politics that is going right now about sustainable menstruation. I love cups,
Hmm.
and I have used cup, but cup can fail you many times.
Hmm.
I have also used cloth, and that is why I would not suggest cloth to people. Not because that it is bad or something. The handling of it has to be done properly.
Hmm.
But I also understand that there are many low cost sanitary napkin initiative that is going on. I have a philosophy that we should not provide poor solutions for poor people.
Yeah.
Just because these people are poor, you cannot give them a bad quality product on the name of charity or something. But anyways, it is happening. Something is better than nothing. I get it. I cannot tell you how many times people have told me that you can reduce the cost of your book and make it a black and white print for gaon ka people, village people.
Hmm.
And we are like, no, we cannot do that. That money can come from something else. And that is why we are very grateful to, right now we are partnered with Stay Free, and we are really grateful for their sponsorship, where it enables us to reduce the cost but not compromise on the quality of the product. If we are talking about sustainable product, let's go one by one. If you're talking about cloth pad, it is very important to explain to the girls that I think like right now, I think anti-pad movement had taken over everything, which is quite irritating, and it is very harmful. 1,000 pad put me where I am today, and however, they are not bad, by the way. Um, if you see the amount, anyways, have you ever looked at how much plastic we are consuming in this pandemic? Everything is wrapped up inside a plastic. But when it comes to a comfort of a girl, we are saying that, hey, save plastic. So if I have to have the conversation about sustainability, I would have that conversations with women who are comfortable about their body. So if you're talking about menstrual cup, use menstrual cups with women who are done with their childbirth, and they are comfortable with their vagina, they are comfortable with their body. They do not have any inhibitions to put anything inside their body. um, Rather than putting the burden on young girls who is just 9-year-old, saying that, hey, you have the burden of saving plastic and use this kapda or this menstrual cup. It's unfair. I will not give this kind of, if I ever had a daughter, I will not give these to her. And if I will not give it to my daughter, I'll not give it to someone else or suggest someone else to give. I remember a very highly regarded person who makes a cloth pad, and a journalist asked her if your daughter uses it, and he said no. So if your daughter is not using it, do not tell that, hey, this is the best way to use because I'm saving plastic. That narrative is flawed. You can say that because we have limited resources, we are using this. When it comes to cloth pad, if you are a grown up woman and if you are using cloth pad, it is amazing. But if you are living in a city like Mumbai, where you do not have direct sunlight to dry your cloth pad, I lived in Mumbai, and I think the only place where this sunlight used to come was a corner in my kitchen, and I used to put my pickle there. So cloth needs to be dried in the sun. It becomes coarse over the use of time. So it is comfortable for you. You can do so many different things, different ways to make sure that the planet becomes sustainable. But do not play this politics with young girls. If you're comfortable, if you're a grown up woman, quite amazing. And that is my choice. Sorry, that is my take. Right now also I use menstrual cups only because they are super comfortable. The moment they become discomfortable for me, I switch back to pad, and I do not feel guilty or ashamed about it. I have, as a woman, I have suffered enough. I need those comfort in my periods. So menstrual cup gives a lot of terrible cramps to people, and I was quite in a denial. Like I have been a, what can we say, menstrual cup champion. Like I used to train people about menstrual cup. But at the same time, you must say we are. I mean, right now I think we are a little bit blinded up with menstrual cups. Also, it gives you a terrible cramps. 3 4 years back when somebody told this to about me, I was in disbelief. I thought, hey, menstrual cups are so good, how can it give you a cramp or something? But I'll still use it because it's quite amazing. But it gives terrible cramp. I was Whenever I'm taking a flight or something, menstrual cups are a very bad idea to use. Always have a couple of sanitary pad. Also, if you're just a cup user, you forget to stock up sanitary pads, your daughter might not be comfortable with menstrual cup or cloth. So please have a packet of sanitary pad. Don't be anti-pad. So this you have to understand the pros and cons. I would really say that we must understand the pros and cons and not be blinded with just one narrative. Like you cannot be just blinded with that, oh, pads are the best. Pads are not the best. They work with certain scenarios. Menstrual cups are not the best. They work, do not work in certain scenarios. They work, but this whole politics of saving plastic, this narrative that we have to save plastic and not use sanitary pad is a very sexist, by the way. It's a very sexist narrative altogether, putting the onus of saving the planet on women while we are using a lot of PVC, we are losing a lot of plastic in our day-to-day life. So that is where I find the whole conversation a little bit flawed. But I'm all for menstrual cups. I'm all for, I don't, because I have used cloth, I don't find it comfortable. I would not I would not choose this for myself. But if you're comfortable about it, go ahead. But whenever you're telling people to use cloth pad, please make sure that you teach them that you have to wash it and dry it in sun.
Yeah, that's really a good info, because even myself, I'm not okay with menstrual cups, because after delivery, even after that as well, I feel that how can I use it? That kind of inhibitions were there. And immediately one of my friend, after seeing the review of this Menstrupedia book, the first thing she asked about, why not they mentioned about cups. But I felt that it is not something which would be recommended for small kids, because this is target audience for small kids, right? So that's a good message which you have given. What we are
I want to address this cup issue. So I cannot tell you. So here is the beauty of Menstrupedia comic book. So if somebody reads Menstrupedia comic, they will know that at one place we mentioned that there are 3 openings between our legs.
Yeah.
The place from where we menstruate and the place from where we urinate are 2 different openings. This is the first knowledge of anatomy which bars many women to use tampon or cup. So any women who really wants to use menstrual cup or taboo will always have this question that do I have to take out my tampon when I'm peeing? And I and Tuhin wanted to put this knowledge in our book, but in India you cannot, like, anything that goes inside your body, you cannot put this in a book meant for 9-year-old. They will burn my book. But also right now I know that it is not fair. You cannot make a 9-year-old girl insert something in her vagina. Her vagina is very small. And also the vaginal opening is very small. I mean, of course it's a muscle, you can exercise it and all of that, but just think of you are bleeding from your vagina and somebody is saying, hey, shove it inside your vagina. You won't do it. You have to be comfortable about what. But really, understanding your anatomy is very important. Accepting is important, and on that knowledge you can use cups and tampon. I cannot tell you that how many times we changed that particular diagram. So when we drew and we wanted to have this diagram, and we would always consult parents and our doctors, the gynecologists that we working with. Hey, are you okay with this content? And people would be so, like they would be so, what can we say? scandalized by that. How can you put vagina and these kind of things? And I think Menstrupedia is really like the first book that girls are reading, and they're in front of their parents, where the book mentions these terms.
Yeah.
And in Menstrupedia workshop, we make the girls shout about vagina. So I really think that when we're talking about sustainable menstruation, you're talking about a very surface level problem. You're not seeing the deep rooted problem. The deep rooted problem is that people don't know about their anatomy. First teach them about their anatomy. So to empower girls when they grow up to be 20 years, 25 years, or let's say 18 years, when they are really empowered about their bodies and they want to use menstrual cup, the investment needs to be done when they are 9-year-old, but in a way that can help me to reach to those girls. If a parent is looking at that, if seeing that Menstrupedia comic is teaching their girls about something that is objectionable to them, they will never allow the girls to read the book. And that is why we mentioned that these are the 3 openings. We do that, and we empower her to use menstrual cups. And when she grows up, when she has her choice, she goes ahead and uses it.
Yeah.
So that has been the strategy.
Thanks for clarifying it. Thanks for bringing up all the perspective over here, right?
Yeah.
It's more like reading the pages and listening from the author as well for me.
Yeah.
Now, right? And
What
what
you guys read a lot. I've been seeing all the other reviews. You are reading a lot of the books, no?
Yeah, we like to, but awfully we're not able to, but somehow we are just catching up with it. And other thing is that what's next, Aditi, in your Menstrupedia? What's next with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the normal life, in this year, we would have launched Gulu, which is a book on boys' puberty. So we were ready with the storyboard. We are right now going with the user testing, where we are giving the parents the books. So this book is meant for boys. I think somehow boys or men has become the forgotten gender.
Yeah.
But the way we raise, I often say that we raise our girls with shame and we raise our boys with ignorance. So we don't teach our boys about consent. We don't teach our boys to behave around girl. We don't even address boys' emotions. So we are raising, as a society, every one of us. I mean, we are raising our boys incorrectly. This book is our endeavor to change that, just like Menstrupedia. And probably 10 years from now, we will have boys who would not feel bad in crying, who would be behaving really good with girls. So the name of that book is called Gulu. So that is one thing that is going on. The second tool is that it's a combination of a board game and comic book to explain to kids about good touch and bad touch.
Okay.
5 years and above. So it's for really small kids, because that is the time when sexual abuse starts. So like for example, every time 1 in 2 person have undergone sexual abuse. So anytime if you're sitting inside a room or having a conversation, 50% of those people have faced some kind of sexual abuse or child abuse when they were growing up. It's that common. So we have that tool. It's already ready for the launch. We were going into the production, and then all these things happen. But some of the exciting things that is happening online is the Masterclass. And then we have launched this 10 hours course change maker program. This is called Menstrupedia Change Makers Fellowship, where we teach change makers, people or PhD scholars. Some of the medical experts have also joined this course, where we teach them about curriculum development, the entire design process, fundraising, prototype development, and testing. So at the end of the course, they come up with a prototype which they can then test. So this class is for anybody who want to develop courses around sexual education, reproductive health, and all of that.
Okay, that's nice to hear. So
Yeah.
Sooner we will see you in your masterclass. Yeah.
Oh, okay, you are for the next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thanks for your time, Aditi. It was really
Thank you so much, Satya.
talk, and I hope this would reach for a lot of people who would listen about it. And you people are doing immense job with respect to the sensitive topic, right? So
Thank you.
all the best for your future endeavors. Huh?
Thank you. Bye bye.